So in the spirit of speculation, which, by the way, I would way rather come to you guys with speculation than facts, and I feel that you would rather hear speculation. I'm just saying from a personal standpoint, it's much more fun for me to guess. There are many times where I could pick up a phone and just get the answer, and I don't do it. I would rather be left with limited information and then make a guess. And most times we usually get it right? We usually get it right around here. But either way, I think that we have a little bit more fun. So let's go back, guys. I am very confused and I'm left in the dark on what is going on at welterweight. So Dana went out and did an interview, and I believe it was with Jim Rome. By the way, you guys know I have some heat with Jim Rome right now. Whole other story. Remind me, I'll tell you that scoop sometime. At any rate, Dana does an interview. I think it was with Rome. And he was talking about the breakup of Usman Masvidal, and I have not heard any details as to why that fight has been broken up. I'm left to guess, but I have not been given anything, anywhere, in any media or any headline or any interview. I haven't even heard an interviewer ask Dana the question of why is that fight now split up. But Dana has gone as far as to say that there's other very big things out there for Masvidal. And the fact that he didn't mention Usman leaves you to believe that Usman somewhere pulled out of that fight, but there's absolutely no evidence to that, which would then lead you to believe that they just chose to break up the fight. Okay, fine. But he went on to say names like Colby Covington, Tyron Woodley's name is getting thrown in there, talking about going opposite Masvidal. The greater speculation is around Conor McGregor going opposite Masvidal. And it's just making me wonder, I'd love to know what you guys are wondering, is do we just have a mess right now? Do we just have a log jam at 170 pounds? And if we do, who does default to Usman? And that's another big question. While we're all trying to guess, what is the speculation? Is it Fight Island and it's Conor versus Masvidal? Are we going to do the Colby Covington versus Masvidal? I mean, they got a great story there too. Let's say we do. What do we do with Usman? Who's the number one contender? If we just took the guy who was identified as the number one contender and we took him out of the fight and put him in something else, do they go to that fight and that guy becomes the number one contender and Usman's out for a little bit and old Chael's just missing a piece of the story? And Kamaru did hurt something and that's why this fight is off, and I just, for whatever reason, my resources just have never got this back to me. There's another interesting thing that came up, and I don't know that it was in the same interview, but it was another Dana interview, and he was talking about Stipe versus Cormier. And Stipe has really put his foot down that, look, I watched a piece with Stipe and Brett Okamoto. So I'm putting in conjunction the information I got from that piece with some things that Dana has said, with some interpretations that you guys have. I have a different opinion of all of this. Many people have thought that Dana is pressuring Stipe into fighting Cormier. I don't have that opinion at all. I'm just not there yet. And somewhere along the way, Dana was asked, hey, if Stipe never steps in and does this fight, could he be stripped? Well, the answer to that is yes. The speculation that Dana is somehow threatening to strip Stipe would not be in line with the way that the question was asked to him. I only tell you that because I don't believe any part of that. I believe Dana has too many fights right now and not enough dates. I think what's going on at 249 is very relevant to that. Some people have gone as far as to say that 249 is the most stacked card of all time, point being, there was so many fights, so many big fights, even main event fights, that lost their dates that they all got compacted into one. So I don't know that Dana is in any hurry to start to do some gamesmanship with guys. And also Stipe, when he was talking to Brett Okamoto, Stipe was very straight up. He said, hey, Brett, you got to understand, I'm not holding out for more money. I'm not holding out for a different opponent. I'm fighting Daniel Cormier. That's all done and agreed to. What I'm not agreeing to is the date of August, which has been offered, and I'll tell you why. I don't have a gym to train at. That's a tough fight for me. I need to be prepared for it. The same as Daniel needs to be prepared for me, I need to be prepared for Daniel. I don't know what's going on in California where Daniel's training. It sounds like he's getting workouts, but I can tell you out here in Ohio, I'm not. So let my gym reopen. Let me go get my workouts and let's book the date. I think you got to accept that. That's a very hard thing to get around when you put it in conjunction with Stipe saying, I'm not holding out. And I'm not avoiding him. I'm not looking for anyone else. It's him. For sure, it's my title. He gets the opportunity. I just can't agree on August. That sounds reasonable.